Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, everybody that is a game collector. This is another collection video that I'm doing, but this is going to be a little different. This is going to be a couple of systems that are in handheld form that can also be hooked up to your TV if you have audio and video jacks. Some of the 4K TVs still have that on the back of the panel if you're lucky. If you have an old HD TV, they definitely have them. And it's great to play these games on. Some of them look good on there, some of them don't. And my brother Unlimited Production loves when I do these collection videos. And he's probably going to be happy to see this one, hopefully. And I hope you guys enjoy this segment of collecting with Sega Man. And then we're going to have a special honorable mentions at the end of the video. So sit back, guys, and enjoy. The video is not going to be that long, but long enough, I hope, for you guys to stay, pay attention, and like the video when it comes to retro collecting for retro systems and games. So what I'm going to show you guys, and we're going to test them out. This is in real time. You know that I'm making this video, and I'm hoping the batteries I have in these systems will show how the games work and different things that they do, and I will break down and explain to you each system. For people that don't want to buy a Sega Genesis, you know, a big bulky one, a Super Nintendo, or even a regular NES. There's different peripherals and systems that came out to complement those systems because of people that loved Nintendo back in the day, people that loved the Sega Genesis back in the day, and people that loved the Super NES and NES back in the day. These are people that I guess were really just inspired to make these systems for people to try out for today, the new gamers. If they don't want to go out and find retro systems that might cost a lot of money. If you're lucky, you can find them at a good price at a flea market or a Goodwill if they're even there anymore. But to be honest with you, when you go video game hunting, it's very scarce. The most time you'll see sports games, if you see Sega Genesis games, or if you see Super NES games, you usually find just sports games. You're not really finding great games. But it might be good to collect, to just have those to start your collection out. So the first system I'm going to show you, actually I'm going to show you the Sega Genesis one. It's a version, it's a handheld Sega Genesis, but what's cool about this, and this system is by a well-known company that likes to make these systems at affordable prices. They have different types that kind of look like the Sega Genesis or the Super NES or NES. Okay? But this thing is really cool, and I picked this thing up a while ago for $30. This is by a company called Retrobit. This is called the Retron. And this is a handheld, awesome Sega Genesis handheld. It has a 2.8 color LCD screen. It has 262K color graphics. This thing is awesome. Check this out. And I got it in its box. And I got this at my exchange. What's really cool about this is by Retrobit is that it plays Sega Genesis games. Now, I was a little skeptical on how they would look on the screen, but it's actually beautiful. It looks great and it plays great. But that's what it looks like in its cover. And what you see on the front there is some of the games. There are actually games that are built into these. Now, they have other games that are built into these. They're not really Sega Genesis games. They're just a whole bunch of games that they put inside the system to add more variety, I guess, to the system that they made. Okay? This is really, really awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of its case here. That's it right here. I actually put a protective screen on it. You can buy these at any of your Dollar Trees. They usually go on phones. But if you want to protect your screen, go to the Dollar Tree or wherever you live, 99-cent store. Buy one of these protective filament screens and put on your retro bit when you buy it. It preserves the screen from getting scratched or getting beat up. This is the system right here. Look how small that is. Look how small that is. And what's cool about this, right? And then we're going to show you the system itself. What's cool about this, right, is where is it at? Is this the one that does it too? Now the Retrobit Sega Genesis, I believe it actually has where you can put in. You can also use batteries. No, actually the Retrobit does not use batteries. You have to actually charge it. And it comes with an old style USB charger port right there. Okay, now I have that. You can find these. You can still find these. They're not the thin ones that's real common today. They're the bigger ones that have a bigger shape to it, but you can find them. Your mom, your dad, or whoever might have an old USB cord that looks exactly like this. And you just plug it into your Xbox 360, plug it into your Xbox Series X or S, and you can charge this bad little boy. You know what I mean? It's really awesome. And at the top, this is where you put the games. So let's turn this bad boy on. Let's turn this bad boy on. Does it work? Uh-oh. Still work for me? Yes, it does work. So on here, there's also, I guess there's a region button on here, which is pretty cool. As you see down the bottom, there's a little green light. Tells you it's charged and ready to go. And then at the top here, there is certain types of games that you can actually play that's inside here. I'm trying to get the volume going here. Not going to be too loud, but you can hear it. And there's these little games that were built inside here. You can't really see them because of the way it's being filmed. There are little types of little games that were built into this little system that you can play in here. A Tetris-like game. Different things like that were built inside here, which is pretty awesome. You know what I mean? It's cool. They're cool little fun little games that you can play if you don't have any Genesis cartridges yet. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you and put a Sega Genesis game inside this bad boy. And it also has up here, an earphone jack. So you can play it and enjoy it with headphones on or earbuds. So, what game are we going to try? We are going to try Splatterhouse 3. A very expensive game right now to collect for. Especially if you want to find it in its entirety in the case and artwork and everything. You know, check that bad boy out. Your boy Sega Man even got the booklet with it. Very, very sought after, very expensive game right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Splatterhouse 3, nice cover. And we're going to put this in there. Now, we're going to do the old school thing just to make sure it works. You know how that is? A little bit of heat action. Boom. Put it in. Turn it on. Which button? There we go. It's Namco. Check that out. Can't really hear it that much. It's a little handheld system. But it shows you the intro of Splatterhouse 3. It's not bad. It has... You can't see it because it's on screen. But when you have this thing in front of you and you're playing it, it has a very, very good looking screen on it. I have to give a shout out to Retrobit for making this handheld system. I see, you probably can see that. They did a fantastic job with this. They did a fantastic job with the screen, with this little Retrogen system. They did a fantastic job with that. And it's like playing any other game on here. You know? So you just push, was it start? A, start. They have a reset button on the front. Now I'm not going to be able to really play anything because I got to try to show it to you, but I'm going to just move it around and give you an idea. Like I said, the screen is very nice on this. They did a fantastic job with this. Now the sound, it's not that great. This is a little older, but it's good enough. So let me try to see if I can beat this little alien, this little monster up. See? If I can go down and get him. So it's really cool. It's got really great graphics. They did an awesome job on this. So that's just to give you a little taste of the retro gen. So, you know, I can't really see where I'm going here. But I just want to give you an idea of what the game looks like, you know, on this little handheld system, which is really cool. You know, so there we go, guys. Just letting you get a little taste of what it looks like and how it plays. But this is really, really awesome. And like I said, these are probably affordable. You would have to do your homework and maybe try finding these. You know, finding these little retro. This is, like I said, this is called the Retro Gen. Came with instructions inside of here. I think my cord's in here. I don't know if my cord's inside here. And here, actually, you can play this on your TV. These are the audio video cables. And like I said, you just plug it in. Well, actually, I thought I was wrong maybe. Yeah, no, I'm right. One is for the TV. One is up here for your headphones. So the one for the, I think where you plug it in for the TV is one of these up here. You just plug it in, and then you hook the cord to the back of your TV. If it's not long enough, you can always buy one of those switch boxes that have the red, yellow in the front, and then hook the longer cord up to the back. And use one of those gaming switch boxes that they used to make back in the day. You can still find some of those. It's just in a smaller form at your, your local Big-A-Lots. Usually Big-A-Lots has them, or try your local Dollar General. You have to look in the electronics sections. They do have them. Or try going to a mom and pop store or an exchange, and they definitely have them. And then you can play this on the big screen. And it does look pretty decent, I must say. But it actually came with the cables where you can actually play it on your TV, which is really, really, really awesome. And that's another thing you get with it, which is cool, is that you don't have to play it in handheld form. You can play it on your TV. So that is the Retro Gen, the Sega Genesis version. So let's get into another one here. Now you guys are going to probably like this. This is actually pretty cool. Actually, I have to show you two parts of this little system. And what I'm going to have to do is, because I only have one part of it, I have to pause the video and I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. I had to run and get another part of this. Now, this is a really, really cool handheld system, which also can hook up to your TV. This is made by Hyperkin. These are more affordable handheld systems that you can buy to enjoy retro games in and also enjoy on your TV. This is called the Superboy. So this is actually a handheld Super NES. And this bad boy has all different types of functions on it too, which is really, really awesome that I love about this handheld. And it actually looks like a Super NES controller. Check that bad boy out. Have any of you ever heard of this? This is the Superboy, and it's made by Hyperkin. But what's really cool about this little system is you can hook it up to your TV, and also you can hook up NES controllers in the front, so you and your friends can play Super Mario or certain types of games that require two-player mode. And you can see my shadow, my reflection in the Superboy. So this is really awesome. I picked this up for $50, which is worth it. One Super NES game costs more than $50, depending on what kind of game that you get. So this is definitely awesome. You can find some games on the cheap on Lukey Games if you acquire Superboy, where you can enjoy your old Super NES games if you were a diehard fan of Nintendo back in the day. I'm Nintendo of yesterday. I'm not in Nintendo of today. It's okay today, I guess, but I'm more of a fan of Nintendo of back in the day than present day. Put it that way. So let's try this out and hopefully it works. Now this takes, I believe, AA batteries that go in the back. It has up here where you can lock the game inside. You can lock the game so it doesn't move inside of the system. It also has a headphone jack right there, an indicator light right there, and then at the top it has where you can hook up again AV and out, and it has a DC in 3 volt where you can charge it. There's the on button, and there is the video jack thing where you can hook it up to your TV. So let's try this bad boy out, and hopefully, boom, it works. Are we working? Yes. Actually, did I put it in the Japanese mode? I might have. Hold on 1 second, guys. No, hold on. Let's try that again. It does work. It might be in the Japanese mode. I think you could change the mode. No, it's right. Now this is called Philiax. This is a shoot 'em up. Has great sound, as you can hear. It has a great screen, as you can see on the front. Let's just watch a little bit of the intro. Yeah, the video is going to be a little long because I want you guys to enjoy this collection video. It's definitely worth watching if you want to go out and collect on the cheap. If you want to become a collector of retro systems and games. It saves you room in your house if you don't want to have big, bulky systems hooked up. And these do just as well. They're just not the original. But as you see there, you can see the intro of the game right there. Okay? So, let's try a little bit of play action on it. Let's see if we can do this with me showing you playing it as I might die, but we're going to try to show you. Great sound. Mission 1. Oh boy, I'm not going to probably see this. You guys will probably see it. I can't see it. Probably dying. But it gives you a kind of a look at, you know, the graphics in the game. You probably can't see it as well. But I'm probably dying like crazy. But like I said, it has a great screen. It has a great audio and video that's built into this bad little boy. Now, I'm dying. I'm just showing you a sample of it. It has a reset button where you can reset it in the front. You know, so you could start it over again. So it's just like having a Super NES but in handheld form that you can hook up to your TV. And that is so awesome. But there's a couple things about this system that is really awesome. So let me show you the other thing. Uh-oh, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. That's my wife calling. Give me a second. Alright, guys, I'm back. Hopefully there ain't no more disturbances, but when the wife calls, you gotta answer the phone. Gotta answer the phone, man. Gotta answer the phone. So, as I was saying, with the Superboy, there's other things that you can do with this bad boy, believe it or not, that makes it worth the price. So let me demonstrate. Another way that you can enjoy, let me move some stuff out of the way, is not only does this play US version games, it plays Japanese version games. Isn't that cool? So it plays Super Famicom games. Now this game I got at the flea market in its box. Older lady inside there. She had a big area of all kind of stuff, just different types of stuff. Like some stuff was, I don't want to call it junk, but another man's trash is another man's treasure. So she had just a bunch of everything, different stuff. She sold this to me for $1, $1. And I told her, are you sure? I said, it's a video game. She said, yeah, you could just take it for $1. I don't want to take it back home. I've brought it here a few times and nobody was interested in it. So I got Super Contra, the Japanese version, for $1 in its box. So let's try this out on the Superboy. Came in this nice box, man. Now, mind you, it didn't come. Yeah, it actually did. It actually came with the book, which is awesome. These games are kind of expensive today, even the Japanese versions, which is man, cool, and an extra plus to have getting this for only $1. Could not believe it, man. I was so happy that day. I had a pumpkin smile till I got all the way home, because that day I really didn't find anything, but this made my day finding this. This doesn't even look like it was played. Now, this is what a Super Famicom game looks like, and this is what a US version looks like. Now, to be honest with you, I kind of like the style of the Japanese version cartridge than the American version cartridge. Not saying it's bad, but this is more like more of a smooth edge and kind of a little bit better looking cosmetically in the front, with also the artwork on the front of the cartridge and everything. So let's try Super Contra out on the Superboy. You gotta always do that sometime, guys, just to make sure that it works. Check that out, guys. So Hyperkin, they did a fantastic job with this little system here. So you could play Super Contra if you have Japanese versions of Super Famicom games on this bad little boy here. Not bad, huh? Now I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to let you see a little bit of the intro because I want to keep the video going. I don't want the video to be too long. Great sound. Great intro to the game. As you can see, it's a Japanese version, which is really awesome. Shows you some of the characters that are in the game. There you go. So you can play Japanese versions of this on a Superboy. And you can probably find a Superboy on eBay, on Amazon, different places like that. Some of the mom and pop retro stores have these systems, but you might be better off trying to find these like on Amazon or eBay. So that is Super, that is the Super Contra on the Superboy. How about that, guys? Now, one more thing that this can do. Yes, Sega Man is giving it all to you when it comes to collecting. If you own Game Boy games and you have the Super Game Boy cartridge, kind of expensive today. You can play this in your Super NES, I believe, or Super Famicom, unless they have their own version. You can also play this in the Superboy. It's going to be a little bulky, but that's what it looks like. Got your Game Boy game. We got Pac-Man. So let's try Pac-Man. That's right, I keep all my stuff in the case, guys. We have Pac-Man that I acquired for $4 at Half Price Books. That's the key, guys. Put that bad boy in there. And let's try it. Check that out. You actually see a graphic of what the Game Boy looks like if you had an original Game Boy in your hand and you're ready to play the game. It also plays Game Boy Color, and I think Game Boy Color games in this also on this, if I'm correct. As you can see, it's also in color, which is so goddamn awesome about this Super Game Boy. They really outdone themselves with the Super Boy. They really did. Now, I'm going to try to attempt to play it a little bit just to show you guys, because I can't really see it that way. But we're going to try it out real quick here. Let's get started here. Did I do right? Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. Where's it start? I can't really see it, guys. So I'm not going to really be able to play. I'm going to die from one of the ghosts because I can't see it. But as you see, you can hear it. It sounds just like Pac-Man. That you hear it like on the Game Boy. But it's awesome. It is awesome. It's better for you to try to play this in front of you like I'm doing right now. So you can see it that way better. I can't really show you on the video. But it is awesome to play. At home, if you're away, I mean, people want to say, man, that dude, Sega Man, that dude's a super nerd, man. I can't believe he's playing that big old thing. Carrying that big old thing around, sitting in the park or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, it plays Game Boy games. So it's definitely worth the price to invest if you're a collector in the Super Boy. Like I said, if you don't want to own a Super NES or a Super Famicom, you have different ways to enjoy these games, and preferably you can find these games on the cheap sometimes on Lukey Games. This might only be like $3, $2, I don't know. You have to do your research. You might be able to find a Super Game Boy right here. You might be able to find a Super Game Boy somewhere cheap also. You know what I mean? I believe I got mine a long time ago for $5. I can't remember that far back, but it's really cool. And like I said, it also plays in your regular Super NES. So that's actually a good peripheral that I have to give my applause to when it comes to Nintendo making Super Game Boy and the Super Boy made by Hyperkin. So that's awesome. Now we have another one here. Right? This is going to be the last one, and I'm going to show you another alternative if you want to collect that requires no cartridges, that has games built into it. You can find those preferably for $20, $25. Sometimes you can find them at the flea markets for $5 or even lower. So the next one we're going to get into, this is called the FC Mobile. I think it's called I don't know if they call it Famicom. This is FC Mobile 2 Hyperkin. Hyperkin made this too. I got this for $30 at the exchange a long time ago on a trade. It has everything in there to enjoy this. This is a handheld NES. Check that bad boy out. Check that bad boy out. And believe me, it has great sound and it has a great screen and picture when you want to play your old school NES games on it. And it comes with everything inside here. These are wireless controllers. And it has a wireless gun that came with it, and it all works perfectly. As you can see, everything is wireless. So let's take this bad boy out and show you. Hopefully I can get my NES games to work. Some of the NES games sometimes won't work in here. The games sometimes are so old. There's the box right there. On the back it has a description on how it works and everything else. And it also shows you where you can hook it to your TV, which is awesome. So this is, do I have that cord in here? I might have took the other cord out. I think I took that cord out, but I do have it. This is the handheld NES. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty awesome. Kind of looks like a game and play watch. Kinda. Buttons are very tight. Very well made, very well constructed inside of here. The game goes up top. The sensor for the remote controls are right here. Check that out. I mean, I'm telling you, HyperCam outdid themselves with these handhelds. And this is the good price. It also has where you can put in a stereo jack where you can play your headphones. It has the output here, the DC, where you can also plug it in. I have that too. The plug that came with it where you can plug it in and you don't need to have the batteries in there. So let's try this bad boy out. These are the controllers. Check out these controllers. Now they do take AAA batteries, right? But they look like Super NES controllers, don't they? Or kind of look like the dog bone controller that they made for the regular NES. They're called dog bone controllers because they look like a dog bone. So this is really state-of-the-art way it looks. I like the colors with the red and the gray and the black. Makes it more attractive. And I got two of these bad boys. And then you have the peripheral of the original gun. Now I do have the original gun downstairs, but this is the original gun that plays wirelessly. So that is awesome. Definitely for the price. So let's try a game, shall we? There's a great shoot 'em up game I like called Abanox, and it's made by, believe it or not, Milton Bradley. Milton Bradley got into gaming for a little bit. Milton Bradley, you guys remember that? If you were as young, you grew up when me and he bought, and E-Rock and all of us grew up, and others Inc. Milton Bradley. This is called Abanox. This is a great shoot 'em up game that people actually overlooked. So let's make sure this bad boy comes on and plays. Put it up at the top. Where's my on button here? At the top. Check that out, guys. Has a cool intro. You're probably not going to be able to see it. Great sound. You're probably not going to be able to see. Let me turn off my lamp. You're probably not going to see it any better. But showing you the intro of the ship dropping down out of the mothership. It has a great screen also. I think if I showed sideways you can see it better. But it has a great screen also that was built into this bad little boy here. Great sound. Great music. This is a sweet shoot 'em up, top-down shoot 'em up, side-scrolling shoot 'em up game for the NES called Abanox. So this is another way, if you don't want to have a big, bulky, regular Nintendo Entertainment System, you can invest in these handhelds, which are really, really awesome. I actually moved the tape with my hand, and it made it glitch. It made it glitch because I moved it. You have to be careful with these sometimes, also. You know what I mean? Because these NES games back in the day were very sensitive. Even the top loaders, if you bumped it, it froze the game and messed up. You ever have that happen? You'll be playing a game, and you'll be at the end of your game, like maybe almost done beating it, and your dog comes by and hits it with its tail, boop! And you're mad at the dog, you want to kill the dog, or your sister runs past and taps it with her foot or whatever, boop, and you have it on the floor, and your game just freezes. Oh, people used to get so mad about that, man. They used to want to beat their siblings up. You know what I mean? Because some of these games were hard to beat, and it took forever. You know, but that is the handheld NES. Cosmetically, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. A beautiful system. And this is this is actually hard to get out. Because I don't really use them that much. I try to preserve them as much as I can, but every once in a while I will bring them out and I will play these to bring back some nostalgia. You know what I mean? I'll play these games. And there's Abanox. And I did bring up another one, but we're not going to put that one in because I want to end the video here. But guys, if you want to get into retro collecting and you don't feel like dishing out a lot of money, these are alternative ways that you can enjoy these games. These are alternative ways that you can enjoy these games, guys. Is you can buy the Superboy, you can buy the Retro Gen, which was the Sega Genesis one, and you can buy them at a cheaper price. And you can go out and just buy the games and play it that way. And like I said, you can hook them up to your TV. If you have an HD TV, some of you still have an HD TV. You might have an old a boob tube TV. I think they're called CRTs. You might have an older TV, right? That you kept, like a little one, a 15-inch, 20-inch, or whatever. You can hook them up to there to have better nostalgia feeling of playing these great games on these new systems that they brought out for everybody to enjoy that want to go back into retro collecting or just want to get started. Even the new, younger, true gamers out there, if you want to enjoy retro gaming, if you don't want to download and buy them off of your Xbox Series S or X, if you want to have a better feeling of actually holding something in your hand and playing it and getting a physical copy and putting that cartridge in and playing it for the first time, these are alternative ways to enjoy retro gaming that these games I grew up in my childhood playing up till today. Now the last thing I'm going to show you guys is a little handheld. It's an awesome handheld, and this is a Sega Genesis handheld. I forgot who made this though. It's an Ultra Genesis Ultimate portable gaming player. I forgot who made this. I forgot the name of the company because it's not on the back. This is very small. Check that out. Kind of looks like a, I don't know, maybe kind of like a Vita in a way. Very sleek, very thin, right? You can also burn games, I guess, onto an SD card and put it up top there. You can even put an SD card in there of pictures of your family or loved ones and look through pictures on there, on here and play it. There's a lot of things people can do with this that they hacked and did with these little things. There's also a little port where you can charge it, right? You charge it up and you're ready to go. And it also has a headphone jack. Now I have another one of these, which is a blue version. It's blue all around here, and the buttons are black. I found that one for $1 at the flea market. The only problem with that one is the speaker doesn't work, but the headphone jack works. So it was still definitely worth $1. And each one of these different systems that are different colors have different Genesis games on them. Each system that you find in the color, whether it be the blue, the red, the white, and I think there's an orange and a black, I think. They each have different games on them. None of them have the same games on them. Some of them might have a couple, maybe one or two. Most of the time, it's different games for different versions of the little handheld systems that you buy. So let's turn this bad boy on, if he comes on. Might not even come on. I'm probably have to charge this. Hold on. It does come. It's made by At Games. At Games made this. Let me turn it on again so you guys can see it. The company that made this is you can't see it. Let me try again. At Games. You can't really see it. But inside here, it has Alex Kidd, Alien Storm. Let me turn. Where's the volume at? It has, excuse me, guys. Alex Kidd has Alex Kidd in there. You can't. Your guys are not going to be able to see it, but I'll tell you, it has Alex Kidd in there. Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Arrow Flash, Bonanza Brothers, a game called Kraken, Columns 3, Comic Zone, Crackdown. It has a ton of games in here. Decap Attack, Echo Junior, all the Golden Axes. They're all in here. Plus, it has games that they built into this too. But this is also good to play if you don't want to own any kind of cartridges or anything like that. You can play this. Here, Altered Beast. You can't see it that good, guys. The sound in these games, they're a little cheesy, they're a little stale, but you can play these on the go also. You can play this on the go and enjoy retro gaming with this little handheld system here, which is really awesome. I have taken this on vacations with me. I have taken it places with me if I don't want to, take any other things with me, and it has a fantastic screen. They really did a good job making these screens for these little handheld systems. They really did. And it has, like I said, it has pretty good, sound. So, now you guys probably know something about these more than the other ones. But like I said, if you want to get into retro gaming and you don't want to spend a lot of money and you can't really afford it, try some of these things like picking up one of these portable systems. And some of the portable systems that I showed you here. Like I said, you can probably find a lot of these portable systems on eBay for a very good price. Sometimes on Amazon, you can find these games, guys. So for Black History Month, and then I'm going to end the video because this video has gone on, I think, long enough, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Enjoy some great games with some, some black characters that were the lead. Okay? Despite what people have to say about it, we always get ridiculed about these games. Let's just be honest, we do. I'm not saying everybody, because there's a lot of people that enjoy these games, but the two games I'm going to show you got ridiculed a lot on Xbox. I think sometimes they don't want to say, they don't want to admit it. Some people do not want to see diversity in video games. They do not want to see a black lead or a Latino lead in games. Doesn't have to honestly mean that they're prejudiced, but believe me, my experience of playing games online, when I would play Gears of War, when I would play especially Halo, I have experienced people calling black gamers the N-word. I'm quiet on there. I don't say anything. They see my name, but I don't say anything. I just play the game. But with Halo, I experienced a lot of that in there, and some of it in Call of Duty, but in Halo, a whole lot. And it was terrible. I mean terrible. Calling them the N-word, saying all kind of just racist, disgraceful things about black gamers out there that just want to enjoy the game like everybody else. We are gamers too. So we deserve to enjoy video games without being called racial slurs. And Microsoft has done a good job with abolishing things like that. I am an Xbox ambassador, so I also look out for things like that also when it comes to stuff like that. And if it does happen on there when I'm playing a game, I report it. I'm just letting you guys know that right now because I'm not going to let that go. If I'm in a game and they're calling somebody the N-word or calling a woman like a derogatory word, saying something derogatory about their private parts, I'm going to report you to Xbox, okay? Because I am an Xbox ambassador, and I feel it's my job and duty to do that when I'm out there with the community playing games. So let's have two honorable mentions of great games that you can play for Black History Month, even if you beat the game. Play multiplayer, pick it up, play the game over again to celebrate Black History Month. And one of them here is Halo 5. This game got a lot of ridicule. It had a black lead in it, and a lot of people didn't like it because they just wanted to concentrate on just the Master Chief. Everybody loves the Master Chief. When we all started out playing Halo, Master Chief was the main character, all the way up to Halo 5. Okay? Now that they have introduced it Locke in there, they have an attitude and they have a problem about it. They never had a problem about Halo before, but as soon as they had a black character in it, I'm sorry, it's obvious. As soon as they had a black character in it, they had a problem with it. They don't want to admit it. Oh, I'm not racist. Oh, I'm not that. You might not be, but you're contributing to the problem in a way, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a black lead in a game, okay? It doesn't take away your enjoyment of a game because the person, the character in the game is black. How is that taking away your enjoyment of a game? It's not. That's you being biased and being racist. Okay, let's just call it what it is. It is what it is. If you're playing a game that has a Latino lead in there and you're upset about that, or if you're playing a game that has a girl or a woman lead, you get an attitude about it, and you don't want to play the game, or you want to boycott the game, or you don't want to buy the game. That is so wrong to do, guys. We've been playing games for years that had white characters in it. Mario Brothers, Contra, all kind of games, okay, that had white people lead in it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love those games, but I would like to see more diversity in gaming, and there's nothing wrong with that. That does not ruin your experience as playing a game because you see a black lead in there, or a woman, or a Latino. or anything like that. How is it deterring your experience of the game? It's not. That's you being biased, and that's you being kind of racist because you don't want to play a black lead in a game. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. It shouldn't be that way, but when this game came out, there was a lot of people that were so mad about this game, and a lot of us, not just me, a lot of the black community and gamers, black community, gaming community, was because you didn't want to play as Locke as a lead. Okay, that's what it was, and you know it. So pick up Halo 5, enjoy Halo 5, and celebrate Black History Month. The next game that got ridiculed so bad, and I got all kind of trolls. I had a guy bother me about it because I love this game, and I had to, shut him up. I'm not going to mention his name because he's not worth it. Is Crackdown 3. Another great game, and people don't want to admit they hate this game. I think they hated this game because, in my opinion, it's a black lead that's in the game. Terry Crews plays the voice of the character. In my opinion, this is a great game. A lot of people did not like the game. A lot of people back then kind of liked the Crackdown 1, didn't really like Crackdown 2 that much, but a lot of people ridiculed and hated this game, okay? Some people don't like Crackdown because it's a black lead. They don't want to admit it. They won't admit it because they're scared. If you really feel that way, admit it. Don't lie about it. Don't lie about it. Admit it. You don't want to play a game that has a black lead. It's fine. That's fine. If you don't want to, it's fine. Nobody's going to come out and put a gun to your head. That's fine. But don't lie. If you're like that, be truthful about it. Don't be a scaredy cat or be a punk or a wuss. Because you're scared that you're telling a black person that. Because you're being a wuss. You're being a simp. You're not being a man. All right? Let me know. If you don't like it, just let me know. Hey, that's up to you. You don't like it, I don't care. But be real about it. Don't be fake about it. Because to me, if you're doing that, you're a punk. You're a sissy. You're a wuss. You know what I mean? Grow some. You know what I mean? This is another great game, guys, to enjoy on Black History Month. Crackdown 3 was a fantastic game. I loved them all. 1, 2, and 3. 3 was phenomenal. I beat 2. I beat 3. I beat 1. Fantastic games, guys. Great graphics. They did an awesome job on this. Yes, the multiplayer was broken. Okay? Yes. Okay? Everything's not going to be perfect all the time. Okay? It's not. There's no perfect game out there. And there's definitely no perfect games on other systems that they think that every game is perfect over there when it's not. It's definitely not. Okay? There's no perfect game. All right? This is a great game to celebrate Black History Month. And another one, an honorable mention, Milo Briggs. Try out some of these great African American-esque games and play some good Latino games that have Latino leads in it, like Far Cry 6. Play some great games out there, guys. You know what I mean? Play some awesome games out there that have different types of ethnicities in them, because they deserve to be in video games also, and they deserve to be enjoyed by them also, which is really awesome. It brings gaming together, all right? So, guys, take care. I hope you enjoyed my collection video. Have a great rest of Black History Month of February, and I will see you guys soon again, all right? You guys take care. Happy hunting. Happy gaming, all right? Sega Man out. Peace.